Ibrahim was suddenly joined by two dogs one morning as he was on his way to school. But what followed was a pleasant surprise, and it's definitely not what you would anticipate. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. Fatima gave birth to Ibrahim in an alley. Later in life, when Fatima was 40 and Ali was 55, the couple had been married for 20 years without having any kids. Some others suggested that Ali adopt a second wife who might have children, but he disregarded their advice, telling them that they only needed to be patient and that he and Fatima will ultimately become parents. It turned out that Fatima's future pregnancy validated his conviction. One day, 10 years after Ibrahim was born, Ali brought a dog home. It's crucial to remember that Ali had already lost his job as a result of the financial problems at his firm. After losing his job, Ali saw a job posting for an animal shelter management position, which he applied for and was hired for. He came upon Stan, a 2-year-old blind dog, while doing his interview. After getting employed, Ali was leaving the shelter when the staff told him that if no one claimed Stan, he would be put down the next week. The dog had been in the shelter for 2 years, but had not been adopted, and the shelter was getting overcrowded. Ali couldn't help but sympathize deeply with the animal. He tried to walk away, but the way the dog looked at him made him feel uncomfortable. He wanted love and help, Ali recalled, and there was no denying the despair and need in his eyes. Thus, this man had to make a very difficult choice. Ali's family had been struggling ever since he lost his work, and the money he was making at his new employment wasn't even sufficient. However, Ali informed the employees that he would accept the puppy and that they could take the dog's cost out of his pay. How selfless! Stan became quite popular with the family. Ibrahim occasionally divided his meals in secret and gave the dog half of them. Stan became an integral part of their life and brought them much joy. This happiness would, regrettably, only last a few years before the family suffered a significant setback. Ali visited the shelter to feed the animals there, some food that Fatima had prepared on New Year's Day. Unfortunately, an automobile struck him on the way home and ran away from the scene. Unfortunately, Ali died before anybody discovered him because the route was peaceful and had little traffic. Fatima and her son suffered a great loss when he passed away. Stan unexpectedly became ill 2 weeks after Ali passed away, and he passed just a few days after. Nobody saw it coming because Stan was a healthy dog, so everyone was taken aback. Ibrahim thought Stan joined his father in order to defend him. Ibrahim really stopped grieving and even regained his appetite when Stan passed away. He said, "Although I am very sad that Stan is no more, I know he has gone to meet Dad," when his mother questioned him about why he was feeling upbeat. "Now that he has Stan, I won't feel depressed and alone." Ibrahim feels that Stan made a great sacrifice, and he has always had a special place in his heart for dogs. In every way he could, he constantly wanted to assist them. Ibrahim displayed his unwavering affection for canines on 2 lovely occasions. You shouldn't miss Ibrahim's endearing act when a stray puppy came up at his house, though, before I tell you about the heartwarming one. Ibrahim was standing in front of the home one morning when something sped by. Ibrahim noticed a hound dog sprinting in the direction of the neighbor's compound as he looked up. The dog returned to Ibrahim a few seconds later, waving his tail, and then fled, only to come back the next day. He rushed around the neighbor's compound and Ibrahim's house once again. Ibrahim handed the dog his midday meal that afternoon while slinking out of the house. The dog raced to the neighbor's house after eating. Ibrahim recognized the dog as a stray when he saw that he was uncollared and appeared undernourished. The dog continued to visit the house throughout the course of the following 2 days, and after Ibrahim fed him, he rushed to the neighbor's house. "I think he really liked the neighbor's house because it was more spacious and beautiful than ours," Ibrahim stated. When Frank and his wife, the neighbors, returned from their vacation, he didn't want the dog around. The man was afraid that the dog might kill or chase their agricultural animals. Ibrahim even overheard Frank promise to get rid of the animal, but fortunately, his wife dissuaded him. Ibrahim hurried home and asked his mother if they could adopt the puppy right away. They didn't have enough to take care of themselves, thus it was improper to bring a dog into such a circumstance, so she regrettably denied his request. "I think we should just pray that a family who can take care of him comes forward," she said to her son, who was devastated. The following morning, Ibrahim was relieved that Frank had constructed an enclosure for his animal companion after noticing one outside his neighbor's house. Later that day, the dog returned, but this time he stayed in his pen. Ibrahim would divide his food in half every night and bring the other half to the dog's enclosure. A week later, Ibrahim saw Frank and another man outside the house while returning from school. However, the fact that the dog now had a collar and a leash, which Frank's pal was holding, threw him off balance. Frank's companion remarked, "Let's go, doggy," and they began to leave with the dog. Unaware of what had happened to him, Ibrahim rushed toward them and said, "Where are you taking him to?" Frank clarified that his buddy had offered to take the puppy since he knew how much Ibrahim loved it. With a stroke on the head, Ibrahim said to the dog, "I hope you have a great life, and I will always think of you." Naturally, the dog never forgot Ibrahim's generosity, and as a token of gratitude, he licked the good-natured boy's feet and wagged his tail. The dog continued to glance back at Ibrahim as he and the guy left, and the affectionate youngster continued to wave until they were no longer visible. The second lovely meeting occurred the day following this occurrence, and believe me when I say that the boy's actions that day slightly improved the world. At the regular hour, Ibrahim departed for school. But he was just a few kilometers into his stroll when an odd occurrence occurred. He was followed by two stray puppies that emerged from an abandoned structure. "Hi, sweethearts." As he quickened his speed, he wished you a wonderful day. However, the dogs persisted in pursuing him. The dogs eventually stopped pursuing him and simply sat down on the road. Ibrahim chose to greet them in the sweetest way possible at that point. He approached the dogs, knelt, and gave them all tender embraces. "I used to own a dog. He's currently looking after my dad and goes by Stan. Your kind has kept my father safe," he said to the dogs. After that, he stood up and left, only to turn around and go back to give the dogs another hug. The next portion was quite poignant. The dogs were still obsessed with Ibrahim as he left. This could have been the first time a human has ever shown them affection. A member of the community had witnessed the exchange and documented it, even though Ibrahim thought his thoughtful gesture had gone undetected. Later, the video went viral on the internet. As soon as the video went viral, thousands of people expressed their emotions and praised Ibrahim for his bravery and charity. The endearing event is proof of the noble character of dogs and their innate benevolence toward people who show them love and attention. Many stray dogs are rejected, and parents often caution youngsters against approaching them because they are seen to be unreliable. But these creatures are also deserving of care and devotion. Innumerable stray dogs are in need of a hot meal or a small act of kindness to brighten their spirits. These two canines are happy because to Ibrahim's generosity and love, and I am really happy about it. Please leave your opinions in the comments box and give the tale a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.